Samantha Fox Strip Poker, the game that launched 1,000 joysticks into overdrive back before the internet made every teenager's bedroom a shrine to high-res temptation. It was a simpler time. A time when a grainy topless calendar was your most prized possession, hidden carefully behind Mum's Woman's Weekly. And if you were lucky enough to own a Commodore 64, you knew the real treasure hunt wasn't in the games, it was in the secret titles you couldn't exactly ask for in a shop.
You should be so lucky.
Enter Samantha Fox Strip Poker, 1986's most brazen attempt to turn poker into a peekaboo party. Forget Texas Hold'em, this was a 5-card draw with one very clear goal. Beat Sam and watch her slowly peel off her clothes like a slow-burning, pixelated striptease. For any young lad at the time clutching a joystick in the dead of night, it was the closest thing to digital sin before the internet ruined everything. The rules were simple. Win a hand and Sam shed a layer. Lose and she'd slap on her virtual knickers, nurse her cash pile and get ready for another round of card-flapping nonsense. You started with a modest £100 and an even more modest dream, to see all the layers fall without getting caught by the house phone ringing, or worse, Mum barging in with a stern look. Samantha's poker face was about as convincing as telling your mum you were just checking the graphics with the volume off and your door mysteriously locked. Her bluffing was rubbish. Her hands were baffling. Sometimes she'd win with cards that looked like yesterday's shopping list tossed into the deck. It quickly became clear she was less a fearsome opponent and more a willing accomplice in this digital striptease farce. After all, the faster you stripped her down, the faster Martech could claim they delivered on the game part. Graphically, the whole affair was rendered in moody black and white, like a saucy postcard you found stuffed in an old biscuit tin. Sam's digital doppelganger looked like it had been faxed through 3 continents, then photocopied onto onion skin. The 4 stages of undress were more blink and you'll miss it than centerfold splendour, with the final reveal leaving you squinting and wondering if your eyes needed recalibrating. Still, when you're a hormonal teen in 1986, fuzzy boobs on a glowing screen were nothing short of a religious experience. Rob Hubbard's soundtrack was enthusiastic. A cheerful victory jingle played after every hand win, about 40 times in a row, turning what should have been a sultry moment into a relentless fairground calliope. Not exactly the stuff to get your pulse racing unless you have a secret fetish for kazoo solos. Rob Hubbard actually used the pseudonym John York for the music in Samantha Fox Strip Poker because he didn't want his real name tied to such a cheesy and tacky title. By his own admission, it wasn't exactly his proudest work. Controls were as straightforward as the rest of the game, joystick or keyboard to bet, swap cards, and occasionally stifled giggles. But after half an hour of squinting at pixelated cleavage and desperately trying to bluff your way to victory, even the most patient player might start wondering if it had been easier just to steal the lingerie catalogue from your sister's bedroom. The biggest problem was that once you'd seen it all, and trust me, you would, there was no real reason to come back. The novelty wore off faster than Samantha's patience for bad hands. You'd reached the final frame, sat there in hormonal silence, and wondered if it was worth rewinding the tape. But for all its limitations, Samantha Fox Strip Poker was magic in a box. It was cheeky, it was bold, and it was the kind of game you'd never admit to owning, but always secretly played. It occupied that perfect, fuzzy twilight between childhood innocence and the messy beginnings of teenage curiosity, when seeing a bra on your screen felt like breaking into grown-up territory via the back door, or something like that. Sure, it was daft, the computer difficulty setting was a joke, and the graphics looked like something your nan might have drawn during bingo night, but none of that mattered. Because, for a generation, it was more than a game. It was the rite of passage, a fuzzy flash of forbidden fun, and the moment your Commodore 64 went from just a computer to the most exciting thing in the house. In hindsight, it's hard to tell if Samantha Fox Strip Poker was a genuine attempt at adult gaming or just a clever stunt that cashed in on one of the era's most recognisable faces, and more crucially, her famous assets. It certainly wasn't alone. The mid-80s saw more than a few titles take a dip in the shallow end of titillation. But few did it with quite the same level of gleeful transparency. Martech knew exactly what they were doing, and so did everyone who bought it. Would you play it now? Probably not, unless you're researching the fine art of pixelated lust. But back then, Samantha Fox Strip Poker wasn't just a game, it was a legend. And for a brief, glorious moment, your joystick wasn't just controlling cards, it was unlocking teenage dreams. Ah, pure nostalgia. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to share your experiences with Samantha Fox Strip Poker in the comments section. As always, your continued support is massively appreciated, so hit that subscribe for more content just like this. Check out the various playlists on the channel for more Commodore titles, and maybe stick around, as there's another one coming up right now. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.
You